Against the Yankees after a 64-minute rain delay. Happy Mark Burley Day to you and yours. White Sox 1-6 on the road trip since Burley's perfect game. To the 7th, Jim Tomei off of Andy Pettit. I told you about that rain delay. He slipped. The field probably still damp. Error on Pettit. Tomei safe at first. Next batter, Paul Konerko. Konerko gets his bat on the ball. Off the glove of Alex Rodriguez. Safe all around. Ruled to hit. Pettit, see ya. And he's not happy. Meanwhile, Phil Hughes facing Carlos Quentin. 2 on Quentin. On the ground, Rodriguez to second, that's 1. Robinson Cano to first, that's wild. Tomei comes around to score. White Sox take the 2-1 lead on the Robinson Cano error. To the 9th, still 2-1, 2 out for Nick Swisher against Matt Thornton. Why Matt Thornton? Because Bobby Jenks is out with kidney stones. And that would cost the White Sox, and Swisher would make them pay. Solo home run, tying the game at 2, Swisher 17. Bottom 9 still tied. Perfect game hero Dwayne Wise up with 2 on, 2 out. Oh, remember? We could see this over and over and over again, and so can Dwayne Wise and his family. Dwayne Wise making that ridiculous catch to keep that perfect game perfect, and then what's he do? He comes up with his first career walk-off hit as Scott Podsednik beats Melky Cabrera, and the Sox get the walk-off win. Yanks 3-3 in the last 6 after winning their first 8. A day-night doubleheader. Mets looking for their 5th straight win, hosting the Rockies. Bottom 2, Mets up 2-0. Angel Baroa. That'll work off of Jason Hamill. Corey Sullivan will score. The ball bobbled by Dexter Fowler and Brad Hawpe. That allows Omar Santos to score. Baroa takes 3rd on the error. Mets up 4-0. Hamill didn't get out of the 2nd. Top 4, 5-0 Mets. Great lead for Johan Santana in a jam. Bags full, 2 out. No worries. Now there are no worries. Ian Stewart crushes one just foul. Stewart just missed the slamming. Later in the at-bat, Santana strikes him out with that inside nasty changeup. Goodbye. Top 7, Santana still cruising, bouncing back nicely from that bad outing in Houston, striking out Stewart again. Then more of Santana, 7 shutout innings, 8 Ks. Mets win. Would they extend their win streak to 6 with Jonathan Neese on the mound for the Mets? But how the story was Jorge De La Rosa. That's right, for Colorado. Mets try the double steal. Luis Castillo safe. Angel Pagan gets caught in a rundown, tagged out at 3rd. Bad Met base running there. Pagan explaining his case to Jerry Manuel in the dugout. Mets also in this game had just 6 hits. Ryan Spilborghs looking for space, finds it. Troy Tulowitzki would score, tying the game at 1. The Rockies scoreless streak ends at 27 innings. Seth Smith gets under it. Fernando Tatis, sweet catch. He also homered in this game. Of course, that's a top play nominee. Nice play, Fernando. And he wasn't hurt. Next batter, Clint Barmes. It's deep. So much for that nice play by Tatis, because the Rockies found a way to grab the lead anyway with a 2-run home run. Rockies win this thing. De La Rosa set a franchise record by winning his 7th straight start.
Giants had a half-game lead in the wild-card race, and the Phillies in town. Willie McCovey debuted 50 years ago Thursday, went 4 for 4 against future Hall of Famer Robin Roberts.
Well, I was hit 372, I think, when I came up, and I think it was 20.
High drive, right field, out of here in honor of Willie McCovey.
Dwayne Kuiper on the call there. Pablo Sandoval interrupts McCovey with a 49th Giants home run hit into McCovey Cove. 4 RBI for Sandoval in the game. Top 6, Chase Utley facing Jonathan Sanchez. Sanchez throws one right over the head of Utley. Utley wasn't happy with that, staring him down. Same at-bat. Middle of the at-bat, Utley calls for time, steps out of the box. Things getting testy. Utley leaving the yard. Deep and gone, number 23 of the year for Utley. Phillies cut it to 7-2. But Sanchez 5 2/3, 3 hits, just the 2 earned runs. And then Tyler Walker to Ryan Garco, and Walker hits him. Both benches are worn. Giants win at 7-2. Sanchez 4-1 at home, 0-8 on the road. Red Sox taking on the Athletics at Fenway. Bottom 2nd, first plate appearance for Ortiz, facing Gio Gonzalez. Drives it off the monster. Ortiz in with a double. And from the looks of it, you would never tell that things were going the way they were going for him before the game. Later, second, bases loaded, 1 out for Jason Varitek. That's a base hit. Here comes Jason Bay and the Red Sox with a 1-0 lead. We go to the 6th now. John Lester having some trouble. Tied at 1, 2 outs. Runners on the corners facing Bobby Crosby. That gets past Nick Green. The run will score, and the A's take a 2-1 lead. Next batter is Rajay Davis. Little blooper, but it'll fall in. 2 more runs score. A's make it 4-1. Lester 5 2/3, 7 hits, gave up 4 earned runs. Bottom 6 now. Ortiz on second. Mike Lowell at the plate. Lowell pops one up. Drops and bounces over the wall in foul territory. Ground rule double. Ortiz scores. Red Sox down 4-2. Bottom 7 now. They're down 5-3. 2 on, 2 out for Ortiz.
Breslow with a kick and pitch. Swinging a high fly ball right center field. That one headed for the triangle. Davis off to the races. Heading deep, deep, deep. Gone! Home run! 3-run homer, Big Papi. What a fascinating day for David Ortiz, to put it mildly.
With all the problems, still a flair for the dramatic for Ortiz. Terry Francona said, I didn't have time in the 7th inning to think about someone's mental capabilities. I was just glad the ball left the ballpark. Ortiz 2 for 3 with his 14th home run, and the Sox win it 8-5.
Manny, you would think he would be ready. He hasn't had an RBI in his last 6 games. Counting this one, Kyle Lowe strikes him out. Manny would finish 0 for 5. Would he be distracted? You be the judge. Bottom 4 tie game, Matt Holliday. All he's doing is hitting .520 in a Cardinal uniform. He huffed and he puffed, and this one just went over the wall. Holliday's first home run with the Cardinals. First Cardinal since Bohart to hit safely in his first 7 games. Bottom 8 now. Tie game at 3. Nick Stavinoa, pinch hitting. Stavinoa, contact. Manny, running. Can't make the grab. The ball goes to the wall. Stavinoa to second with a double leading off the inning. 3 batters later, Stavinoa at third, 2 out. Hung-Chi Kuo intentionally walks Albert Pujols, then will intentionally walk, who else? Matt Holliday. Bases loaded, 2 out. Rick Ankiel strikes out, inning over. Joe Torre's decision paying off. Game stays tied. We go to extras in the 10th. Runners at second and third, 2 out. Matt Kemp, clutch. 2 runs come in to score off of Todd Wellemeyer. Kemp's 3rd hit of the day. Dodgers take a 5-3 lead. Bottom 10, Jonathan Broxton facing Albert Pujols, a runner on, 2 out. Pujols, he's the man, but not here. To Broxton. Broxton gets the out, wins the battle, 24 saves and 27 chances. Dodgers win. Casey Blake, oh, by the way, had 4 hits, 7 for 10 for him in the last 2 games.
Plays, it's the Bi-Coastal edition.
Nice.
Number 10, Game 2, Rockies and Mets. Troy Tulowitzki.
Punches one toward shallow right. Castillo.
Luis Castillo making the grab. Tulowitzki returns the favor. Nice play of the hole to rob Castillo of a base hit. More from this game coming up.
Can't wait, Stan. How about number 9, Padres Reds? Luis Rodriguez, slow roller. Edwin Encarnacion with a bare hand and a throw to first for the out. You need another look. See what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not done with this game, Stan.
Number 8, U.S. Senior Open, first round. Par 4 16, Tom Kite. Taking dead aim, just like Mr. Penick taught him. Kite with a 78, though Greg Norman leads after round 1.
Number 7, Royals and Orioles, Luke Scott. Down the line, Billy Butler. Nice stop and the flip to Hochevar just in time for the out. Great extension by Butler. But then again, that's his job. We all know that. More later.
Number 6, Padres and Reds, Alex Gonzalez, little dribbler. Kevin Kuzminoff on the run and on the money. Great barehanded play from Kuzminoff. Anybody can do it with a glove. Padres win 7-4.
Number 5, A's Red Sox, Davis. Gets under it, bit shallow. Jacoby Ellsbury coming in hard. The great diving grab. You need 2 more looks. Ellsbury, for the love of extension. Red Sox win it 8-5.
Number 4, X Games 15, the Moto X step up. Final 2 competitors, Ronnie Renner clears 34 feet on his 2nd attempt. I wouldn't even try that. Up next is Ricky Carmichael. He clears 34 feet with no problem on his 1st attempt. Neither would clear 35 feet, so they got co-gold medals.
Number 3, Royals, Orioles, Alberto Callaspo. Aubrey Huff, diving stop, the flip to Brad Bergeson from his knees for the out. Orioles
Number
win.
2, Buick Open. Par 5 16th, great scoring conditions at Warwick Hills. Leif Olson taking advantage. That's an eagle. Olson with a 4-under 68.
Number 1, Seth Smith at the plate.
Lifted to left, a long run for Tatis. Diving to make the rolling catch. What a play by Fernando Tatis.
Let's go. They like what they saw. Bottom first, Randy Wynn. May I help you? No thanks, I'm just looking. Bottom second, 1-0 Phillies. Aaron Rowan up. 4-6-3 double play to end the inning.
That's an easy double play.
And Lee in charge. Bottom four, Eugenio Velez. Got him. Lee pitching a no-hitter heading into the sixth. How about a no-hitter for your first start with your new team? Bottom six, Juan Uribe says, I got your no-hitter right here. Uribe with a double. First hit allowed by Lee after the inning is over. Lee talking about Uribe's hit in the dugout. I just got in there. Meanwhile, late innings, we compare some interesting fan attire. Pablo Sandoval at the plate. He has a nickname Kung Fu Panda. You may have heard about that. And some fans wearing panda hats in the stands. Bottom seven, Phillies up 4-0. And Lee gets Sandoval swinging. Panda fans everywhere upset. Lee struck out 6 in the game. Top of the 8th. Lee at the plate now. You saw the fan with the cheesesteak hat. Lee facing Bob Howery off the wall. Lee with a double, his second hit of the game, and the cheesesteak fans digging it. Bottom 9, 5-1 Phillies. Lee still in the game. He gets Benjamin Molina, 4-6-3. Complete game in his first start for the Phillies. 1 run on 4 hits as the Phillies win at 5-1. 11th career complete game for Lee. His 4th this season and his 3rd in 4 starts.
Cards began the day a half game out of first in the Central. They did all their trading earlier, not at the deadline. Bottom 4, down 1 after an intentional walk to Albert Pujols. There he is, the man, Matt Holliday, traded from the A's July 24th. All he's doing is batting .520 as a Cardinal. Julio Lugo, also a new Cardinal, scores to tie up the game. Cardinals down 2-1. There's Mark DeRosa, traded from the Indians on June 28th. DeRosa, 20th home run of the year. It's his 7th in 11 games, tying the game at 2. Bottom 7, still tied. Skip Schumacher facing Bresley Wright. Schumacher. And Michael Bourne will come up firing and throwing out Jason LaRue at home. Not even close. Inning over. Bottom 8, Cardinals down 3-2 man on. Oh, it's the spot for Holliday facing Alberto Arias. Battle work. Albert Pujols on his horse. Pujols will beat the throw home easily. How about Holliday? 4 for 4, 2 RBI. Ties up the game with that hit. He's hitting .586 as a Cardinal. He's the first Cardinal to hit in 8 games with his new team since Roger Maris in '67. Rick Ankiel, difference maker. That scores Holliday. Cardinals win 4-3, winning for the 4th time in 5 games. Good thing Holliday is hitting close to 600 because Albert Pujols hitting just .226 in his last 14 games. Yankees, what about them taking on the White Sox? DJ Carrasco getting the start to face the Yankees because Clayton Richard was traded in the Peavy deal. Mark Teixeira, Tex, flexing, an RBI double to score Derek Jeter. Yankees up 1-0. They would score 3 in the inning facing Carrasco. Bottom 2, it's a 3-2 game. 2 on for Jim Tomei. Off for Sergio Mitre, Chris Getz, and Scott Podsednik score. White Sox now up 4-3. Top 4, Yankees down 2. 1 on for Eric Hinsky. And what Hinsky does in a Yankee uniform is that. Yeah, he hits plenty of home runs. 5 of Hinsky's 7 hits with the Yankees have been homers. We're tied. Bottom 5, same score, 2 on. Carlos Quentin facing David Robertson. Quentin, the RBI double. That'll bring in Paul Konerko. Quentin 2 for 4. He also homered in this one. White Sox up 6-5. Bottom 7, same score. Bags full for Chris Getz facing Alfredo Aceves, and Getz, the 2-run single. Konerko and A.J. Pierzynski would score. White Sox go on to win, and the fans are so pumped up because they can't wait for Jake Peavy to come to town. But again, he won't be pitching till late August. But the White Sox get the win. 1.5 games of the Yanks in first in the AL East, taking on Baltimore. There's David Ortiz. Ortiz, 2nd homer in as many days, 7th homer in July. This one off Jeremy Guthrie. 3-0 Red Sox. Ortiz, wow, on trade deadline day, hitting .476 in his career. John Smoltz struggled in July, and it continued. Nolan Reimold taking him deep and out over the scoreboard. The umps would have to review it, but the homer would stand. Tying the game at 3 on Reimold's 10th. Smoltz 6 innings, 5 earned runs. Jacoby Ellsbury would have a great game. Ellsbury off of Guthrie. Home run number 6 for him. Ellsbury 3 for 5, an RBI, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base. Getting it done in the field as well as Jacoby Ellsbury with the Red Sox down 1. Luke Scott tests him. Ellsbury back to the wall, leaps and makes the catch. Take another look. You bet it's a top play nominee. Red Sox only down 1 after 6. 7th inning now, 5-4. Red Sox still down 1 on 2 out. Kevin Youkilis. Boy, this is a long time coming. Buke's first homer in 12 games, his 18th on the year. Guthrie has allowed an AL leading 26 homers this season. Seems like they're all in this highlight. Red Sox win, pulling with it a game and a half of the Yankees for first in the AL East.
Tigers and Indians from Cleveland. Tigers had beaten the Indians in 7 of their last 9 meetings. The Indians first team to trade a reigning Cy Young winner and a current All-Star player in the same season. Bottom first, Edwin Jackson on the mound. Indians down 2, 1 on and 1 gone. Compliments of Asdrubal Cabrera. Cabrera's 4th of the season, and looks like someone just leveled the playing field. Top 7, Chris Perez in trouble. Runners in the corners, 2 outs. He gets Miguel Cabrera. That'll end the inning. Perez out of the jam. Kerry Wood in for the 4-out save. Tigers down 2 in the 9th. Runner on first, Carlos Guillen. Says, Mr. Wood, you won't be saving anything. Guillen's 2nd home run of the season, and the game tied at 5 once again. The Indians had lost their last 3 extra inning games. Bottom 13, runner on second, Jamie Carroll. Just inside the line, Johnny Peralta coming around, and it is time to bounce in Cleveland as the Indians take it 6-5. 3rd career walk-off hit for Jamie Carroll. He did it to the Tigers last September as well. Santana on the mound for the Angels. Visiting Minnesota Angels 0-3 at the Metrodome this season. Bottom of the 3rd, Twins down 2-0. 2 on for Joe Mauer. And he can take his time. 3-run shot for Mauer, his 18th of the season, and the Twins up 3-2. Bottom 4 now. They're up 4-2. Man on third, Denard Span into right field. Bobby Abreu, well, he can't quite get there. Span in with a double. Nick Punto scores. Twins up 5-2. Angels still struggling at the Metrodome, and here they come. Angels still showing some life. Top of the 8th, Mike Napoli. Solo shot ties it at 5. Napoli's 16th home run of the season. They went to extras. Top 11. Game still tied at 5. 2 on, no outs for Howie Kendrick. That doesn't look like trouble, but Brendan Harris, well, not his finest moment. Eric Ibar scores, and the Angels do it again. 6 on the 11th, and they win it 11-5. Brewers trying to make up some ground in that tight playoff race they're involved in. Bottom 4, Brewers spot Looper a 7-1 lead. But Will Venable with a 2-run shot, his 3rd of the season, 2nd in as many games. Padres down 7-3. Later 4th, same score, 2 outs. David Eckstein not ready for the inning to end. That's off Looper as well. Tony Gwynn and Edward Mujica score. Padres down 7-5. Bottom 5, same score. Kyle Blanks gone. Off Looper, Blank's 5th home run of the year. Looper 5 innings of work, 10 hits, 6 earned runs. Padres down 7-6. We go bottom 6 now, 8-7 Padres. More Blanks into left field off Tim Dillard. Tony Gwynn comes in to score. Padres going to win at 11-7. They score season-high 11 runs, and they win their 4th in a row.
Could the Cubs stay in first place with a win over the Marlins? The Cubbies' Rich Harden taking on Florida, looking good. Working hard to do it, getting Dan Ugla. Harden ends the first with a K, but 23 pitches in the inning. Bottom 3, Harden gets Hanley Ramirez. Harden's 6K, but 51 pitches through 2 2/3. Jorge Cantu gets a hanging spitter, puts it out of the park. All those fans went after it. Marlins up 2-0. And then, same score, 2-out Harden, another K, this time on Chris Volstad. Harden strikes out the side in the 4th, 9K, 78 pitches after 4. Ramirez again. This time he loses his bat in the stands. The bat hits a fan, and that leaves a mark. See? Yeah, put some ice on it. Same at bat, Harden gets Ramirez again, this time looking on the splitter. 11th K for Harden on his 92nd pitch. He'd be pulled after 5. To the 8th, Carlos Marmol now pitching. Runners on 1st and 2nd. John Baker cooking. Dan Ugla comes around to score. The Marlins take a 5-2 lead on a day they picked up Nick Johnson from Washington.
Rockies and Reds from Cincinnati. The Rockies ended their 27-inning scoreless streak with a Game 2 win over the Mets in a doubleheader on Thursday. Bottom 6, Joey Votto up and out. Off Aaron Cook, Votto's 16th. The Reds down 3-2. Next batter's Brandon Phillips. And that one's gone too. Another fastball from Aaron Cook into the people. Phillips 16th of the season, game tied at 3. 8th inning. Now you saw the Reds go back-to-back. Game still tied. First batter of the inning is Chris Iannetta. Over the left center field wall onto the second deck off David Weathers. Iannetta's 12th of the season. Weathers didn't like the way the ball left his hand. Wasn't too crazy about this one either. Next batter, Carlos Gonzalez off Weathers. Gonzalez is 2nd of the season, and the Rockies have dealt with that pesky run-scoring thing now, and they go on to win it 5-3.
Rangers Vicente Padilla, first game back after recovering from swine flu. Good to see him. Jose Lopez greets him with a home run, his 14th on the year. Lopez 3 for 4, second homer in his last 3 games. 2-0 M's. Bottom 5, tie game, 2 out, 2 on. Marlon Byrd, his second homer in as many days. Jason Vargas gives it up. Bird's 11th of the year. Rangers up 5-2. Then the clouds came, and the wind started to pick up. Oh, boy. Bottom 7, Michael Young would arrive at the plate, and so would the rain. Is it something he said? Rangers leading 5-3. Let's go to the 9th after a 2-hour, 18-minute delay. C.J. Wilson gets his 12th save, taking out Mike Sweeney. Rangers 10-2 in their last 12 games. Padilla wins his 8th. Make a trade. They took on the Diamondbacks, and they were hoping for, oh, isn't that pretty rainbow? A pot of home runs at the end of their rainbow. David Wright obliges, going deep, just his 7th of the year. Daniel Murphy also homered in this one. It's a tie game. Bottom 7, though the game is delayed on the field. What? Are you kidding me? Not again. I mean, we never had these problems at Shea, but at Citi Field, issues with the home run apple. Meanwhile, the game. Bases loaded, nobody out. Tie game, Miguel Montero, 3-2-3 double play, started by who else? Daniel Murphy. He's good at that. Mets almost out of a jam, but still need one more out. But Sean Green goes wild. What a way to deflate a team. And the Diamondbacks win for the 4th time in 6 games. Nationals Pirates, Lastings Millage. First game as a Pirate, acquired earlier in the month from the Nats for pitchers Sean Burnett and Joel Hanrahan. Here's what Burnett had to say about his former team's trading spree. They're the laughingstock of baseball. They've gotten rid of everybody. They won't keep anybody around. What's going to bring people to the ballpark now? I'll tell you what. How about pierogies and presidents? A relay race. Check out Teddy Roosevelt. He's never won a race in Washington. This is his moment. He takes the lead out of nowhere, but gets body checked by a pierogi right there. Is that the funniest thing you've ever seen? It has to be. I mean, come on. Teddy Roosevelt might have said this about that. If he fails, at least fail while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Can I see this again? I mean, it's that funny. The pierogi body checking Teddy Roosevelt. Where was the Secret Service right there? And what's this pirate doing? Are we disturbing your text messaging, sir? Come on, that was funny. What else would bring people out to the ballpark? How about winning a game? Pirates pitcher Matt Capps getting former Pirate Niger Morgan to pop out to Ronnie Cedeno, and the Pirates do just that, snapping a 5-game losing streak.
Or on the BBC, what would they call these?
We'd call them top plays. We get that.
Okay, all right, yeah. You guys speak English, too. Right? Nationals and Pirates. Niger Morgan bunts to third, barehanded by Andy LaRoche, throws across his body to first for the out, and the Pirates win 5-4. What'd you think of that play?
Looks pretty good to me. Must be good. It's in the top 10.
Number 9, Bank of the West Classic Women's Quarterfinals. Wimbledon champ Serena Williams taken out by Australia's Samantha Stosur. Do you know Venus and Serena at all?
I've met them a couple of times. They're amazing, really amazing.
Well, Serena's got some free time now. She got bounced. Number 8, Peace Cup 2009, second semifinal. Juventus and Real Madrid. Mr. Beckham, break it down for me.
Del Piero, amazing free kick taker, and Cannavaro, another friend of mine, so happy for him.
Good having you here for that. Number 7, Los Angeles Open, nice rally between Sam Querrey and Duty Sella. And look at Sella, he gets fancy between his legs. Number 6, do you know Tiger Woods at all?
Never met him and really want to meet him. He's a legend and amazing person.
Do you play golf?
I try to.
Can you do that?
Who knows? Never know.
That was an eagle. We got Vancouver Whitecaps and Rochester Rhinos. Gordon Chinda, Tyrell Burgess, Tim Melia for the goal. They beat Tim Melia for the goal, rather.
Yeah, very nice. It was a great finish.
Now, did he bend that like anybody you know?
He kind of bended it, yeah.
Okay, all right. Number 4, Cubs and Marlins. Mike Fontenot with a fly ball. Cody Ross doing his best Willie Mays. You familiar with Willie Mays?
I've heard his name, yes.
Yeah, he's a great American baseball player. Made a catch very similar to that one. Not quite as good. Right. One of the all-time great catches in baseball. All right, LPGA Women's British Open. It's your part of the world here. Katrina Matthew using an 8-iron, 154 yards away.
Perfect. Must be the weather.
Third career LPGA hole-in-one for Matthews. He finished the day tied for first. Number 2, Mariners and Rangers. What a catch by Josh Hamilton.
Great catch. Nice tattoos.
And the Rangers going to win the 5-4. Yeah, you should see David. He's tatted up. He's got the suit on, but he's all tatted up. Anyway, this is number 1.
Here's a fly ball to center. Ellsbury heading back at the wall. He'll leap and make the catch at center field. Jacoby Ellsbury with an outstanding grab.
Now, what's the soccer equivalent of a play like that?